any program that you have running throughout your organization, be it a change and enablement program, a champion program, a skills-based or competency-based program, whatever the program is that you have within your organization, it takes time, it takes resources, it takes effort and money to roll these things out and manage them effectively. And you will always want to know, is the program engaging? Is it working? How are people responding to it? Whatever the outcomes that you're hoping to achieve based on the goals of your program, based on the vision statement with the program, you want to be able to answer the question is, how do we know that it's working and how do we prove it? And you'll want to implement elements to your strategy that really evaluates how well is this program performing and is it doing what we want. You might find that you have pockets in the organization that are engaging with it differently, where it's proving more successful for different reasons, and being able to really understand why will help you put more direction and focus to ensure that the whole of the organization is engaging in it in the right way. For metrics to track as part of understanding how to measure the success of your program, you're first going to start with your vision and the goals of your performance program, and that will really help inform the KPIs you hope to influence. So many organizations will look at employee engagement scores. They'll look at a manager effectiveness score. You can also look at your customer satisfaction scores. Does happier, healthier, more well-balanced, developing employees mean that they're engaging with our customers better? There's a lot of things within the organization you can look at which would have a direct impact, for most of them, to your bottom line. Connecting engagement scores to your bottom line, attrition rates to your bottom line, those are some KPIs that would be more easy to put a formula together to evaluate, but there's always going to be context you have to take into consideration. So just understanding that there are correlations or trends that are moving the business in the right direction over time will help you really understand and evaluate how well your program is doing. There's also other metrics that you can look at to make sure, is this operating the right way? But you want to be careful to be able to identify the right types of metrics. Adoption, engagement, and retention are critical things to look at. You just want to make sure you're looking at the right things. Are new hires being onboarded into the program effectively? How does engagement look for the different elements of our program over time? And how does it reinforce your company values? And what does that look like? Are employees going above and beyond and being recognized for that? Are employees receiving feedback that's meaningful? Having feedback that runs once or twice a year or only a few times without it being in the moment means that you're driving more of a compliance-based completion than you are actually reinforcing the right behaviors to better develop and grow employees. Are we measuring the right results and the right outputs to reinforce the right behaviors within our organization? The process of managing how you measure success of your program starts with understanding what is your ideal benchmark of what you want to achieve. So, for example, if you're introducing a process of continuous real-time, meaningful feedback throughout the year, well, what does success look like and how long will it take for us to get there? So depending on the time you have to be able to achieve it and the change management resources and enablement resources you have to put behind it is what's going to tell you what the evolution of that number looks like. You want to be able to identify what those benchmarks look like in accordance with your change strategy to be able to say, here's how success will grow for this program over time. The other thing you'll want to do is establish milestones. Is it once a quarter? Is it every month? What would be the most valuable way to be able to look at, are we on the right track with our program, or do we have to make a shift or make changes to what we're trying to do? I would suggest within anything new, having a regular monthly cadence at least on evaluating the outputs of what you're looking at. So that might just be very simple measures of adoption engagement within your program. And then over time, you can start to look at how new hires are being brought in, what retention is starting to look at, and you can change it to a quarterly cadence. I would never let a review of your program say more than 6 months, because just as an effective performance program is able to course correct for their employees, you want this part of measuring success of your program to enable you to course correct more frequently as needed throughout the year. An ongoing tracking process of measuring success of your program is going to give you a lot of fun data to look at. What areas within the organization are having better results than not? So you want to be able to slice the data as you need to be able to understand where is this working well and why, and where is it not. A common observation that I see with an organization is it usually starts with a leader. It usually starts with a leader that's either not as engaged or isn't holding their direct reports as accountable, because how we role model behaviors and expectations is how it snowballs downline throughout the organization. If we don't start that snowball, then change isn't going to happen. Organic upward growth is one of the hardest things to do and is usually something we cannot force. It's something that happens as a groundswell because it's chosen by employees. You'll want to be able to make sure that you're driving the right correlations. You're not inferring the data in the wrong way as causation, but you're using it as a way to be able to inform how well are we doing, where are we doing better, and where do we need improvement. If you find that your organization, or as an HR leader, that your part of the business has achieved all of the ideal metrics and is doing exactly what you hope they would do, and you're finding that the results are really good, have a plan to make sure that you're not staying within a status quo or maintaining it from a compliance perspective. Being able to really effectively understand more of the qualitative aspect of how employees feel about things and how are they doing and what does that impact mean for them. It will take some time to be able to get there, but one way or another, you are going to be able to use that data to help you inform some kind of decision or use it as evidence for resources that are needed to be able to get to where you want to be.